welcome back to our beautiful stories of proud Sicilians.
And this is a special episode.
We are so happy, so impatient to introduce you a few beautiful ladies.
Yes.
So, guys,
you are very lucky tonight.
I have to say that I'm very, very lucky because I will be surrounded by beautiful ladies. Not only Rosella, but beautiful ladies in Sicily and beautiful ladies in Omaha, Nebraska. So let's start our episode of Stories of Proud Sicilians Around the World, talking about an amazing project.
Yes.
We are talking about a twinning, so a sistership between two towns. A Sicilian town named Carlentini in the province of Syracuse, and an American town named Omaha in Nebraska. Many people from Carlentini emigrated to Omaha in the last century, and so now we have, I can say, beautiful people. Yes. Who are working to make a twinning between those cities.
To make a dream come true, of course.
Because we will investigate many beautiful stories, many, I should say, a great heritage that involves beautiful people who left Sicily and went to America. Yeah. So, guys, let me introduce you. Let's start with Sheri Kanger. Hello, Sheri.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We are so fine and so happy. So, Sheri Kanger. Then we have Carmelita della Guardia. Ciao, Carmelita.
Hello, how are you?
We are so happy. Very happy to see you. And last but not least,
two beautiful sisters,
Eleonora and Federica. Ciao, ciao. So let me say something, just a few words to explain how this beautiful story began, how this beautiful story started. So Sheri Kanger from Omaha contacted us a couple of years ago.
Yes.
She's the president of an association named Santa. Not the president, but a member, a member of the Santa Lucia committee. As I said, in Omaha, Nebraska, live a lot of people with a Sicilian origin, in particular, an origin from Carlentini in the province of Syracuse, Sicily, and they had a dream. They wanted to visit Sicily during the 400th anniversary. Sorry, guys, there is a noise. Rosella, what are you doing? So, in 2021, so next year, there will be the 400th anniversary of Santa Lucia, the patron saint of Carlentini. And Sheri contacted us to plan a tour of Sicily and of course, to visit the entire island, but with a focus in Carlentini. It was the starting point of this beautiful story. Then we investigate. We have many cooperation. We work with many tour guides in Sicily, but we wanted to involve a tour guide with a special knowledge in Carlentini, in the area of Carlentini. And we met Eleonora Formica. Ciao, Eleonora again. Eleonora began very soon our friend, not only a business relationship, a business connection, but a beautiful friendship. Eleonora was involved in our last broadcast. and in some tours of Sicily with our clients in Sicily, American clients in particular. And then Eleonora met Sheri. So Eleonora and Sheri became friends. And last but not least, Eleonora, you met Carmelita. That's a superstar in the United States. Now I give you sorry, and we met, of course, Federica. Federica is Eleonora's sister.
I'm just writing. What are you saying?
I was doing with the finger like this, like Carmelita, because I see her that side, like yes, Carmelita.
Yeah. Carmelita, Eleonora, and Federica have something in common. They all are singers. Beautiful singers. So I don't want to spoil. I don't want to say nothing in advance. But Eleonora and Federica gave us many beautiful Sicilian songs in the last months. Now perhaps they will sing something for you. You never know.
Maybe. And now it's time to talk with Carmelita and Sheri.
Now,
first of all,
I stop talking. I give you the how do you say the word, the speech. So say something about this beautiful project, this beautiful twinning between Carlentini and Omaha. I know that you are looking for you're promoting the twinning, so you need subscribers to start this new sistership, this twinning. So let's talk about this beautiful project that connect two beautiful cities in United States and in Sicily.
and of course about your stories of proud Sicilians around the world.
Because I forget to say that, of course, you are, of course, you have a Sicilian origin from Carlentini, of course. So let's talk about you, about your story, your heritage, your Sicilian heritage, and please talk about this beautiful project.
Carmelita.
Let's start with Carmelita, yeah. Welcome to Stories of Proud Sicilians Around the World.
Yes, thank you so much. I am so proud of where I came from, and ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to. We've been back forth to Carlentini, my cousins there, Catania, Syracuse, and of course in northern Italy too. But my aunts and my uncles, my first cousins, they're all there. So we've been through the years going back and forth, and my father and mother, they did have properties there, and I still have property there that I need to make sure everything is in order. So, but anyway, I have done projects here in Omaha on the history of Little Italy through my shows. So I don't know if I should, go into that right now, but been very active on being proud of who I am. So anyway, maybe I'll just kind of move it up to where we met, where Sheri and I met. Since that, this was my passion to never forget who we are. And so when Sheri said, she was telling me that she wanted to get back to Carlentini and to know more about her heritage and how proud that she is, being from that culture. And I said, we should do something. And anyway, this is how this all started. And I'm just so pleased how much passion that Sheri has, and all the passion that I have, and all the passion that you guys have over there. The project is going to go very far. So I'm very proud. What more can I say? It's kind of short, but anyway, because I know that we're the time. So I don't know. Should I just give it to you, Sheri? Do you want to continue on that?
Sure, I can pick up from there. So when Carmelita and I first met, it was almost a year ago, and we kind of have picked up traction beginning in August. And
we're just bringing this to light in Omaha. We're trying to get recognition that these two cities are an important cultural connection for both Omaha and for Carlentini, Sicily as well. Having been to Carlentini myself in 2017, I realized the importance of these connections. I've grown up knowing, my Italian heritage, but not to the point where others, I think, have. Because I'm half Italian, a quarter Sicilian, and half German, Irish, I don't even know what I am, Danish, Scottish. I'm a whole mix of other things. But I've always known my Italian side a lot better. And having gone out to Italy in 2017 and had my marriage blessed in the church of my ancestors, it changed my life. It changed it in an instant. And I knew I would need to come back another time. And then this journey that we've been on, meeting Eleonora last May, and then reconnecting with Carmelita, almost a year ago, and realizing that we all had the same vision of bringing these two communities together has just catapulted us into places where we never knew we could go. So we're trying to bring recognition to this idea that a sister cityship should be recognized between Omaha and Carlentini. And we're hoping that this will happen in the near future. So it's not, written in stone yet, but we are moving in that direction. We've also been able to incorporate a few other people into like a core group trying to move this forward. And then we hope to tell the large group that this is actually happening. So we have a lot of plans, a lot of projects in the future for the whole group, for both cities. And we're really looking forward to the future.
And we wait for you, of course.
Everybody's looking forward. Everybody's looking forward for this beautiful celebration, for this beautiful tour. Sheri, please say something about your group. How many people will you bring to Sicily next year?
So next August 18th, we are meeting in Palermo, and I will have 46 travelers with me at that time. And those are known travelers. Those are the people, Rosella and Gianca, that we've connected with your tour group. Other than that, we estimate there could be another 50 people coming.
Wow! Oh, guys.
Yes, definitely will be there, and we'll meet them all there. They won't be staying with us, of course, but there are others that are planning to also connect with us in Carlentini. It's going to be a huge celebration. And right now, COVID is in the way, but it needs to step aside because we have a mission. We all need to be together so that we can start this celebration in the perfect way at the Santa Lucia Festival in Carlentini. So that's our goal, is to get there next August, and then all the other projects will take off after that. But we have some big plans that are coming down the pike, and we're really excited about the future.
So please, Santa Lucia, keep the COVID away because we have a mission. Well done, Sheri. Well said. Eleonora and Federica, are you excited to meet in person Sheri and Carmelita next year, next August?
I want a lot. We can't wait. We want to visit Omaha. We want to go there because our grandfather went. Great grandfather. Sorry, I do some English mistakes. My teacher is very. No, grandfather is correct, but it's the great grandfather. Our great grandfather. Yes.
Bisnonno in Italian, bisnonno.
And bisnonno, sì.
Nonno is grandfather. Great grandfather is bisnonno.
He was our grandfather because he was father of my grandmother. Yes.
Okay.
Well, in the father's side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was the grandfather of my father, and that's why my father, his name is Francesco, like him. And he spent 10 years in Omaha. He left in the 1919 and he came back in the 29.
E quindi siamo di Omaha anche noi?
No, I mean,
everybody's connected to Omaha. Let me ask a question. How many Sicilians live in Omaha, in particular from Carlentini? It's a big community, but how many people live there?
In the early 1900s, there's an estimate that half of the town of Carlentini and of Lentini left to find work.
Wow!
They found work in
Hanno spopolato un paese e sono andati a vivere là.
the Union Pacific Railroad would hire people, and then here in Omaha, marriages happened and families began. Some people went back to Carlentini, some people stayed. My great-grandmother came with two of her daughters, but she left one daughter in Carlentini. So I have cousins, my grandfather's cousins are in Carlentini. Shout out to Bruno.
So this is your chance. Say hello to your relatives in Sicily.
Yeah.
Bruno!
Carmelita,
say hello to your relatives too in Sicily.
To Laura Scolare and Namfito, a mamma, era Namfito and Amore. So, Amore
Failla, yeah. A very popular name in the area of the in East Sicily. In the area of Caltagirone, in the area of Ragu, many Failla, yeah. And so, what about the population of the Sicilians in Omaha right now?
Well,
now, people of Sicilian origin.
Omaha's population right now is around 850,000. I believe it's 835,000.
Yeah.
At the turn of the century, there was probably about 7,000 Italians in Little Italy area or in the east part of southeast and northeast part of Omaha. We don't know the numbers, but we're thinking it's got to be close to 80. I would have to estimate probably around 70 to 80,000 people. I would have to estimate are probably of Sicilian descent. And of those, probably a great majority are from Carlentini and Lentini. And that's just
so 10% are Sicilians. It's a very high percentage. Yeah, very good.
And they moved along the centuries, so a lot of descendants, they're not resident in Omaha anymore. We have friends all over in Indiana, in California, and we are making a huge connection even inside the United States. So here it's easier because Carlentini is just 17,000 inhabitants. So according to my studies, we are estimating that the 35%, if we should put them all together in the same city, like in Omaha, the 35% of the population should come from Sicily. So it's an incredible number because they have a fourth generation already, more or less. They have started at the end of the 19th century. However, it's interesting how the story of those two ladies here are completely different because Carmelita, she was born in Carlentini. So she has she's one of the lucky one with the name in the identity card written born in Carlentini, because Carlentini is so small nowadays that has no hospital. And seeing that we do not deliver at home anymore, we have to go to the closest city, that is Lentini or Catania. So it's almost impossible to see in the papers, in our documents, born in Carlentini nowadays. And I was reading the questions that usually you share with your guests in this live, and I really felt in love with some of those questions. So I would like to ask to Carmelita and Sheri some of them, because Sheri, you were born in Omaha, right?
Yes, I was born in Omaha.
What about you, Carmelita? What meant to you to grow up in a Sicilian family?
Well, at first, when you come to this country, people, and this is the true story. I'm not going to make any stories, color the stories, but when we first came, it was scary. And people would say funny things because we spoke Italian, Siciliano, So at first I was afraid to say where I was from. But later, more and more, I thought, why am I doing this? And my father and mother, they would see that I would be sad because people would make fun of us, But later, when I was more, a little bit older and more understanding, that's when I thought, this is so important to never forget who we are. Like I keep saying, it is so important to be proud of our Sicilian heritage and what makes us different,
So that gave me the idea for the next question for Sheri. How do you keep alive your Sicilian culture? Like, do you cook? Do you?
I like to eat food. I like to eat food. I cook the sauce, but I'm not a very good cook. So I will like to order things when I go to restaurants. Sorry.
And Carmelita, she speaks a Sicilian dialect, right?
Sì, certo, yes.
Sì.
L'italiano e l'italiano anche, sì.
So you remember perfectly the Sicilian language?
Sì, perché
when you left?
Parlava sempre in casa, però la mamma sempre mi diceva che è molto importante sapere l'italiano puro. So,
Carmelita, our community is consists about 16,000 people. 90% are Americans. I think these 90% consist about 80% of Sicilian people.
Yes.
So they have a Sicilian origin.
Yes.
And many of them, the majority, don't speak Sicilian, but they love hearing Sicilian language. So now, just a few seconds, we speak Sicilian. Okay? For the pleasure of our followers who love Sicilian. Picciotti, Carusi, ora parliamo siciliano.
Un poco di siciliano che la conosci? Cannivonno senti un poco parlare in siciliano?
Allora, parliamo dialetti diversi, perché oggi parlate East Side, oggi parlate East, noi parliamo West, but it's all Sicilian. It's a little bit different. West Side is less musical than the East. You guys, when you talk, it just let you sing. I love your accent, but it's so Sicilian. But now I would like Carmelita to say something in Sicilian if you want, or if you don't want, we go ahead and we say some sentence. For example, Rosella. Carmelita, do you want to say something in Sicilian for our followers?
Che posso dire? Ci sono, è un po' di una mista di italiano con siciliano, no?
Ti ricordi qualche proverbio? Per esempio, che ti diceva Tomaggi, i tuoi nonni?
Degia mia, sempre a mamma mi diceva Degia mia, quella sempre con...
Bedda mia, it's difficult.
Bedda. Dei proverbi però. A questo momento una uno. Perché caccia e malo allora, caccia e malo tempo. A mastare si separa a casa e c'è un proverbio che mi piace assai che dice no. Fossi fuoco orderei lo monno, fossi vento lo tempesterei, fossi a casa fossi meglio. Perché di sti tempi right for you.
So it's actually, this is not a proverb. This is an important poem from Cielo d'Alcamo. It's a very important. Guys, it's the time when Sicilian was the official language in Italy. Sicilian and the dialect from Florence were in competition, were challenging each other to become the official Italian language. Then we know, because of Dante Alighieri, the Florence language became the official one. But Sicilian was so important. The poem that Eleonora mentioned was from a very important Sicilian author, Cielo d'Alcamo. If I was the fire, I will burn the world. If I was the wind, I will keep it away. So that's the first part. Then she ended the sentence with a joke. Cos'è che dicisti? Si fosse a casa. If I were at home, it was better. Would be better. But
my sister, she's excellent with the scioglilingua. When you have to go like
Rabu stipe e piglio spicchio, poso spicchio e giuro stivo.
Fedele,
sbagliato. Rabu stivo,
you were wrong.
Rabu piglio spicchio, poso spicchio e giuro stivo.
It's so fun to listen to this.
That's very difficult.
I remember my grandfather and his siblings would talk Sicilian when we would have family reunions. And we would just
Mino, minivino.
Com'è? Say again.
Mino, minivino.
Mino, minivino.
Vino.
This is a
Mino, minivino.
This is a real story, though.
Guys, this is crazy. Let's translate. Mino is a common name, just like Domenico. Dominic. Are you watching me drinking wine? In Sicilian, Mino. I can't say it. I was wrong. Mino. Viveri vino.
Too slowly, Gianca. Too slowly. You have to go faster.
Vino. Okay, very good.
I have another one that is a little bit long, but it goes like Costantinopoli, Dresde, but it's with the Sicilian names of cities. So with the Buccheri. U principi di Buccheri si aiutano a Napoli a cattare bicchieri. Ce n'è bicchiere a Buccheri con principi di Buccheri si aiutano a Napoli a cattare bicchieri. O principi di Patti si aiutano a Napoli a cattare i piatti. Ce n'è piatta a Patti con principi di Napoli si aiutano a Napoli a cattare i piatti.
Brava.
Do you think that giving Sicilian lessons could be useful? Is there someone over there who is craving to have Sicilian lessons? We were wondering.
We can teach them.
Because I think that in America, a lot of people, they do not speak a second language. Obviously, if you have a baby, to your kids, you wanted to teach them Spanish first, maybe French or Chinese. But I'm wondering, to all of our friends, would you love to learn Sicilian? Carmelita, she speaks 6 languages.
Wow!
French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, English, obviously.
Because she's a singer and
when I sing more, you know. Pero el español, the Spanish, I'm completely fluent. You know, Spanish and Italiano. Francese.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
And this is one of our goals with Sheri as well, because we were wondering, why don't we try to create lessons at school to teach at least Sicilian traditions, starting with food, with our culture in terms of history, in terms of geography, influences inside the island.
I laboratori dei pupi.
Yeah, the marionette and everything. We have so many topics because if I have to be a tourist guide for 2 seconds, in the World Heritage List of UNESCO, we have immaterials goods. Is it correct? Immaterials goods, and 3 upon 5 are Sicilians. And they are the bel canto, so it's the good way of singing. Obviously, the main city is Naples, but here in Sicily we have inherited the marionette, and obviously the Mediterranean diet. So we are very proud of that.
Gnaccia fatti mangiare ci siamo.
When it's time to eat, we are always
Quando c'è da cucinare, indica di fagoccili, indica di pasta ugliuda, noi ci siamo.
So many beautiful. So the four.
But Eleonora, sorry, this is what we did during the lockdown, during the last lockdown. So Sheri, Carmelita, don't you know that we had a special series live broadcast each Saturday?
Yes, with Eleonora.
With Eleonora, talking about the best of Sicily, the best places to visit, the best food to enjoy, the best activities, the best experiences to have in Sicily. So thank you, Eleonora, for sharing with us your knowledge, because it was so amazing, so beautiful. And perhaps we are in a new lockdown. We will have other opportunities to talk about Sicily again, because Sicily offers a huge, how do you say? It's a universe. Sicily is not an island. Sicily is full of heritage, full of history, full of places to discover. So to each one his own. You have many things to discover, to know, and that's what Eleonora and us did in the last months. Till June, if I'm getting wrong, Eleonora. Quando è che abbiamo finito di fare
our live conversations, like talking?
Yeah.
Yes, was June more or less, and then when all the borders and everything, when the lockdown was over, we could finally go in those places. So we ended up, and obviously we are here connecting each other, not just to look back to our past, but we are really creating a different future, because with those new connections and with the association that we have created, it didn't exist actually in an association connecting Omaha with Carlentini. So we made an international association that is half American and half Sicilian, and the members are all of them here, beside the two that are missing. That is the lawyer and another member. But the most important.
Say the name of the association.
Carlentini Omaha Sisters Cities. So we really feel connected, even if we haven't received yet the formal sistership relationship. We are working on it because it's an important and priceless for us recognition, and that's why we are adding goals to support our ideas, and for that's Sheri, the good person to talk about that. And we are supporting with a petition all the documents that we will need to try to apply, and we will have it, our formal sistership relationship. So even to our goals as association, Sheri.
Yes.
Thank you.
So even though we've been in communication with each other, our cities, for over 100 years, we want to formalize this and have it recognized by our city government. So we do have a mission, and our mission is to formalize that relationship, and it's a long-standing bond between the cities of Omaha and Carlentini through technology, citizen and youth exchanges, cultural events, education, and travel opportunities. So that's our official statement that we want to have recognized. From there, we're going to continue to make this relationship work with goals and all kinds of projects in the future.
So, for those who are following us right now, how can they help you? How can they help the association? How can they make this petition successful?
We need to just make this relevant and important to everybody. So if people could just talk about it through word of mouth, but through social media, it's helping with the e-signatures. So we even have petitions stationed in different locations throughout Omaha, like businesses. But we also will have a link on your page, if that's okay.
We just shared it. We have shared the link.
So Rosella is going to share right now the link to the petition. Guys, for those who are watching us, please sign up and help this beautiful project. This is not only a connection between Omaha and Carlentini. It belongs all Sicilians around the world. So please make it possible. This is our dream. We want to make this connection more than real, because next year again is the 400th anniversary of Santa Lucia, the patron saint of Carlentini, and we have many beautiful people who live in Omaha, many others live in the rest of the United States, and they have an origin in Carlentini. So many people will come to Sicily, will visit Sicily in August 2021, and it will be, I really hope, the opportunity to have this project realizzato, Eleonora. It will be true. It will be made true, come true. Yeah. And so please sign up and give us the chance to make this dream come true. Rosella, did you?
Sorry.
No, you can go on.
An idea. Once of our projects, of our dreams are to create a big platform where they can easily find their ancestors, because that's the biggest and the most important immaterial richness that we have. And finding them, we can easily connect the people with their relatives that are still alive. So it's an important idea to digitalize all of those registers that are just papers nowadays, to give to the following generation the possibility to easily find their relatives. And obviously cultural exchange based on history and cool food, culture, and above all music. So people like Carmelita, my sister, they are professional musicians. Obviously art will be part of our sistership relationship, because Sicilian, we have influenced a lot American culture where we arrived 100 years ago. But nowadays we would like to know, what's next? How can we still mix our cultures together? There is the idea to build a museum, an immigrant museum of immigrants. It's a twinned museum. The same will be in Omaha and the other one in Carlentini. So we have so many ideas, but our first step, that is the most important one, that allows us to keep going to all our dreams, is to the formal sistership relationship. That's the most important.
I do want to put in a plug for that too. We do need the stories. We've been starting to collect stories of pictures, artifacts, so that we can send those to Carlentini for the museum. So we're starting that collection now.
Yeah, we are collecting stories, we are collecting recipes, we are collecting pictures, or we don't want the originals, but just sharing them with us, we can collect them, because keep going in those researches, we actually sharing even our stories, because Carmelita, she's one of the alive traces of a little girl who was born here in Sicily. How old were you when you left Carmelita?
I was a little girl. I was 4 years old, almost 4 years old.
4 or 5. It means
back and forth. My family, we never stopped. You know, we were always together.
The big travel. and then Ellis Island, and then other days to reach Omaha by train. She remembers everything. And at the time, a lot of people, they weren't able to read and write, so they used to share pictures with nice anecdotes behind. So we are very proud of those objects that used to cross the Atlantic Ocean back and forward from Sicily. So it's the memory that is one of the most important part of our dreams as well.
This is amazing.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Very
so beautiful.
Yes.
I would like to say something about Carmelita, because for us it's obvious. Carmelita is a superstar. But for those who don't know Carmelita, please.
Making me, blush.
Say something. I know that you are shy. Eleonora, please say something about your friend Carmelita, because you are the best person to talk about Carmelita's career.
First of all, we are all of us beautiful ladies. So
Yes.
that I'm very shy and very modest, but when I met them, I was like, wow, look at them.
Shy e modest, che secondo me significasse timida e modesta.
Federica, you are talking about, you are giving me the assist to talk about the Sicilian non-verbal communication. Guys, this is more than 1,000 words. More than 1,000 words. But this is another chapter. One day we will talk again about the Sicilian non-verbal communication. In other words, it means, what are you saying? What are you saying? I don't believe in you. Nobody believes you.
When I first heard her singing, I had goosebumps. So obviously, she sings in Italian, Neapolitan, Spanish, French, English. So it's a travel all around the world listening to her beautiful voice. So I have a dream. I hope that next year, when Sheri and Carmelita, they will be in Carlentini, all of our artists, they will step on the stage and they will share with us some notes during the official festivity of Santa Lucia. Obviously, we will go there, bringing bread, cheese, food forever, cassate, cannole, tutto cose buttate. Oliva, budascetta, olivino giallo,
giù arriva con noi.
Aranci, limone, tutte cose.
And Eleonora and Federica, as well as the mayor and the deputy mayor, are all welcome to come to Omaha. They've been invited. So this is going to be quite remarkable. If they could come here in June, and then we can reciprocate and go out in August. It's going to be one party. One long party.
It'll be a big party on both sides, right?
See, can't wait.
Should be amazing. You should go there and come back all together to Sicily.
Yeah. Rosella and Janka, you can come too. You come to Omaha.
You too.
We would like to. We would like to go.
We have to plan your trip. We cannot go away.
Perhaps we can go after the celebration.
Yes, maybe.
So first we plan your trip to Sicily, and then we move to Omaha. Okay. I promise you.
That works.
Okay, it's a promise. We all get together. You come here for sure.
Yeah, it would be very, very nice.
But only during the summertime, because for a Sicilian.
But we are talking about August.
Yes.
The end of August.
Nebraska is too cold for us.
No.
August is hot here. August is very hot. So you're perfect in August, but
that's perfect for Rosella.
Yes.
Rosella's always feel cold.
Yeah.
Always is hurting, is suffering cold. Even if we are 100 Fahrenheit, she feels cold.
Settimana sicula, che buono, e c'avevi per i figli.
Non è sicula, non lo vedi che faccia chiave, che sicula secondo te è finta.
dalla parte dei normanni
Sicilian,
ha preso le sue sembianze, che dominazioni normanne queste.
Appunto.
Talking about relatives and ancestors and origins and roots, what I have to tell you that those people, they are becoming family, little by little.
Yeah.
Those connections are priceless. Mm-hmm.
As always happens in our beautiful community, we made beautiful connections. Not necessarily with former clients. I mean, all the followers of the Best Things to Do in Sicily pages.
Because they, first of all, they are proud Sicily lovers.
So that's the most important thing. We don't mind if they are from New York or San Francisco. The most important thing is that they have a very strong connection to Sicily, and they do their best to keep this connection even stronger, even more beautiful day by day. So and it's touching for us. I always say that people like you are the evidence that you have a love for Sicily that's bigger than some Sicilians have for Sicily. I mean, Sicilians who live in Sicily, sometimes they don't have the same feeling for Sicily. When I met people like you, Sheri or Carmelita, I'm touched. I'm excited because you offer a bigger love. So thank you for what you are doing.
It's
first of all.
This is how we were taught. We were taught that pride, and we want to share it. We want it. We love that you are proud and that of your culture, and that's what was brought to us here in America. And we hold on to that tight. But Rosella and Gianca, we have to thank you. We would not be together if it weren't for you two.
Yeah.
There's no room. This never would have happened without you.
We would be nothing without you. We would be nothing. We would be just like, I don't know, stupid YouTuber or stupid without any personality. The most important thing is Sicily. Sicily is the thing that make it possible.
Yes.
This dream possible.
Well, we thank you.
Sicily is the only power, the only energy that make us to go ahead.
Exactly.
Very, very. It's beautiful. Thank you so much.
And of course, our mission during this period that you cannot visit Sicily is bring Sicily to you.
Yeah.
Because we feel that you need to you want to visit Sicily. We receive every day a lot of messages from people asking us when your borders will open, and unfortunately we don't know right now.
Yeah.
But maybe after the vaccine.
I think it will be very, very closer. In a few weeks, I think we will talk again about traveling from United States to Italy. So everything is changing very, very fast. Now with the new president, Mr. Biden, and his wife, who has a Sicilian origin too, we really hope this is possible. So our fingers are crossed. And we really hope this situation will be over very, very soon, because we can stand it. And that's why we are so happy to belong to this community. So you don't have to thank us. We have to thank you, Sheri, Carmelita, all the beautiful people who follow us, because you are our fuel, our energy. As you know, our tourist industry is completely destroyed. Eleonora is a tourist guide, can confirm. It's everything is stopped, is closed because borders are closed, and so we had two opportunities. We have two ways to follow. We could give up, or we could do something different, do our best to bring Sicily to you. And so we decided to go ahead. We don't want to give up. We want to make people happy. We want to make people, I do say, prouder to be Sicilian. There are many beautiful people around the world, and we want to spread our love for Sicily, and we want to spread our passion for our beloved island. There are many ways to talk about Sicily. As I said, we have a huge heritage. We have many things to say, to talk about Sicily. The food, the cuisine, and so any chance is good to talk about Sicily. So this is our mission right now. When we are again in the opportunity where we are again free to host you, we will be the happiest people, happiest persons in the world. But in the meantime, we do our best to bring Sicily to you.
That's beautiful. You know, I have to say, my father used to always say, my mother and father, that Sicily is the jewel of the Mediterranean. So
yeah.
There's nothing like it. So how to be so proud of all this. So thank you so much. This is wonderful. I am so happy. It's a dream for all of us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Carmelita, we look forward to meeting you and Sheri in person. We are dreaming with Eleonora and Federica. We are dreaming day by day the moment when we will be able to argue. It will be the end of this crazy situation. So the time when we will be able to meet you in person will be a dream. And I do say, let's.
I would like to ask them if they would share with us some memories about their ancestors, for example.
Yeah. What's the best memory for you, Sheri, and for you, Carmelita, about your Sicilian family?
I can say when we went back last time, this is my mother and father are both deceased, but the last party that we had in, I think it was Borgarizza. I'm not sure which one. I can't remember which place, but all of my relatives, and we had like over 100 people. All of them were there to see us and to give us gifts of gold, oro, beautiful gifts. But the most important was their hearts. So I don't forget that. And yes, till this day, I can still feel my feeling that I had and how beautiful each one of us were there to share our memories together. So yes.
Thank you, Carmelita. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sheri.
That's tough. I was very close to my grandparents. I'm the oldest grandchild, and they were like my parents. And my grandfather's, he always sang in Italian. He sang all the little songs, and just bringing us to the festival every year, to the different cultural events that were held in Omaha, were very, very important to me growing up. So, and just being close to my grandparents.
Thank you. So, Eleonora, they are talking about Sicilian song. It's your turn now. Please sing us something.
Eleonora or Federica, maybe.
Or both.
She's crying.
Federica is crying, so Eleonora sing.
No.
While Federica is crying, Eleonora sings.
Maybe together.
Okay, let's do like this.
Sing something.
In those days, seeing that I can't work as a tourist guide, I'm teaching English, French to the kids. And couple of days ago, we were talking about la strocca. That is the first and easiest way to teach to the kids the language and the music. So it's the first approach that the kids have towards the language that they will speak and towards the music for the word. And it's part of the filastrocca, the ninna nanna. So seeing that it's very late for somebody, let's say, here in Sicily, we had the ninna nanna that are just orals. As I was saying to Carmelita, her mother, she used to sing a ninna nanna to her that was a Napolitan style. But I remember my mom singing a ninna nanna to my sister, to my youngest cousins when they were around. So if you were in Sicily tonight and there was someone around ready for you to sing a lullaby for you, could be Ao ninao, dormi beda pailao, e su sta miga non vuole dormire quanti nanni aviri, e lao, 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 dormi mica pailao. Lao, 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 dormi bella, fai lao. Lao, nina, dormi bella, fai lao. And so on, forever. Beautiful. Oh, that's a lullaby.
My mother has got a wonderful voice. She is a secretary, studied to be infirmary, but she is a singer inside.
Oh, a beautiful voice.
So
that's why you have a beautiful voice.
Those oral songs that are in our DNA, because if one day, if you become a mother, at one point, if you don't have it in your options, you are the baby wants to sleep. So like, Mom, how was it? I can't do it.
You can't forget it. So you can't, because you are too young, too small. You don't understand. So it's the first song you hear, and someone sing this song when you are in the.
So if you have something, share with us, like oral songs with a vocal, you know. If you remember your lullabies when you were a child, sung by your mothers, so we will be more than happy to collect them, because they will disappear in a couple of generations.
Sì.
Yeah, you're right.
Vogliamo anche stonate, eventualmente, poi le correggiamo.
Stonate. Tanto picciolino dormo sti.
Tanto basta con picciolino dormo, basta che c'è canto.
Can I ask Carmelita, when did you start singing? Do you remember which was your first very, very popular song that you made?
You know, I'm also a pianist.
Yeah, sure.
When I was 7 years old, I started to play, take lessons. But I wrote my first song, because I write music as well. I was 12 years old. And I've written 4 big songs so far, 4. But they are on the internet. You can hear them. The last one that I wrote was Sei Vicino. Mama and Papa, they died. So I wrote that after they left us. And Love Unfolding, and then Forever, or Love is Forever, and now a new one that's called The Healing Heart, and that should be on sometime here soon. I'll have it. It'll be out on iTunes. So
incredible.
Which is the song that you love most?
I like Time to Say Goodbye. I like Sorrento. And in French, of course, I love La Vie en Rose.
La Vie en Rose.
See, Unforgettable.
Style.
So, and then Amado Mio. You know,
Yeah.
I can't. There's so many. It depends on the mood. You know.
And which is the Sicilian song that you love the most?
Well, I have to say Italian would be O Sole Mio and Sorrento. The Sicilian song, I don't know. Cicareggio. I don't know.
Cicaretto di Lumecori.
I don't know that too well, but that is always something I remember. You know.
Federica, la vuoi cantare?
Non la saccio sciccareddo, non è il mio repertorio,
No.
perché è un po' più da ridere, io faccio un po' più quelle per tagliarsi le vene le persone, un po' più ritmate, quelle un po' per briciculiare il cuore, no?
Vabbè, io invece ce l'ho il repertorio, perché dopo 15
anni dai che se questo
dai,
periodo...
cantala tu, vai Eleonora.
Vai Eleonora.
Un bel disco.
Allora, abbiano uscito ma che era saporito e me lo ammazzarono, povero
Cicaretto.
che bella voce avia, pariano grandi muri, Cicaretto di lume core, come io t'avia scordare, e quando andava fascia,
È bellina, bella.
Yes, and some folkloristic groups and CDs inside the boxes. I know all of them, obviously.
Well.
Yeah, but in Sicilian, actually, if one of the most beautiful ones.
Quando è l'aria la mezzita,
no,
cioè se proviamo a fare il riri di qualcheruno, quando è l'aria la mezzita era la canzone che nostro padre ci cantava quando eravamo piccole.
Yeah. But one
con tutte le varie declinazioni. Non finiva mai sta canzone. It's an endless song.
Era
sing it.
Hai visto?
Quanto è l'aria la mezzita tutta fradicia e purrita, all'aria e più l'aria ridda non ci n'è. E poi and it goes on for a long time because it's how to say an endless song. Everybody used to add new stories.
Sta cantando.
Anyway, one of the most romantic is E voi dormite ancora. That we sang as well. And
I was thinking about this.
Voi dormite ancora.
Yeah, that's a famous one. Obviously, Shuri Shuri, Vittina Crozza. We have a huge and gigantic tradition in our dialect. And hundreds of versions. And even modern music is keep going, making something like melodic music, rap sometimes, reggae. So it's an island that expresses itself in
reggae, tantissimo.
ways. Mm-hmm.
Ce n'è.
Yeah.
Ce n'è.
It's true, so true.
I would like to check the comments to see if someone has questions for...
in particular about the project.
Yeah, let me see.
Let's check if everything is clear for our followers.
Wow, a lot of comments. I would like to say hello to everybody.
Yeah, there are many comments.
I have to check if
there are questions.
If there are questions.
Wow,
ma io mi ero persa quest'altra side.
Yeah, there is comments. It's written on the
Hello from New York.
Can you see the comments, Sheri and Carmelita?
Yes.
Yeah, there are many.
My brother is on there.
Teresa La Russa, Bocle.
Anthony Lusardi, I'm a half Sicilian. Ciao Anthony.
Yeah, there are people from...
Massimo Di Marco dalla California.
Bravi.
Yeah, a lot of Sicilians in New York City. Yes, I would like to ask you if next time we can invite officially an actress from Lentini straight New York. She left 2 years ago and so she moved. She's one of the last immigrants. But we are still leaving the island. And she has started a new chapter of her life, so being an actress in New York City. So will we invite her, maybe, guys? Rosella and Gianca?
Yes, sure.
Of course.
My parents are from. Aspetta, vai giù. Caccamo. Ah, you see, Rosella, your city.
Who?
There is a go higher. Santo Galbo.
Yes, I know.
Caccamo. And Marsala.
Yeah.
Marsala, send the wine, please.
Laura Scolari scrive: buonasera a tutti, un grosso bacio a mia cugina Carmelita.
Sì, ciao Laura cara, ciao bella.
Frank Ragusa.
Ci sono parentelli.
Carmelita, there is people who wants to hear you singing. Frank Ragusa asked if you can sing for him.
Oh my gosh.
Next time.
It's always better. È meglio quando c'è la musica, no?
Yeah.
You go online, all my music is there. So
yeah, her beautiful music is online.
go online.
Carmelita, we are working to make you sing next August. So Frank Ragusa, if you want to hear Carmelita singing in person, please come to Sicily next August.
Yes.
You will be involved in a beautiful party in Carlentini. That's not distant from your hometown. Frank Ragusa is one of our dearest followers. Is from Cattolica Eraclea, but his family also lived in Troina. That's not distant from Carlentini.
Yeah.
In the east of Sicily. And
nice to meet you, Nick.
Oh. Nick, welcome. Welcome to our stories of proud Sicilians around the world.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yes.
My brother, my sister went to Italy in, I think, 2012 or 2013. And when she came back, she looked at me and she looked at my brother and she looked at my parents and she said, you guys need to go to Italy. And I was busy at the time. My kids were in high school. I didn't have time for that. I had things going on in Omaha. And then my brother went in 2015, I think it was, or 15, I think. And he came back and he looked right at me and he said, you're next. You need to go. And it wasn't until I went that I came back and I told my mom and her sister, I said, you need to go. So it's a matter of being there and being present with the people and the family that it makes it all real. So everybody in my family has been there one at a time. I have another brother. He hasn't been there yet. And my kids haven't been there, but it was quite revealing when, visiting all the relatives out there, all the family that we have in Carlentini. It was remarkable. And family up in Milan, too, that have left Carlentini. We visited from Milan and then traveled all the way down in the car. So that was fun.
Bello.
Wow.
So let's hope 2021 will be the right year for a lot of people. You don't know how many people is waiting for that time. Everybody's looking forward. Everybody. And I have just a little fear. I'm worried. We are not able to satisfy everyone, because next year when they open the borders will be a mess, because everybody wants to come to Sicily, and I think hotels, all the accommodations will be very, very sold out very soon.
Do you remember, Rosella and Gianca? I called you like 2.5 years in advance, and I said,
"Yeah,
you need to book it now." And
you did it in advance. So guys, do it as Sheri did. she planned a trip to Sicily 2 years ago.
Yes,
and
maybe more than 2 years, 2 years and a half.
Yeah, and we said, "Oh, I can't believe it." No, but she were doing very good, because you have to plan your trip to Sicily in advance, in particular now, because when they open, I'm not joking, when they open the borders, everybody wants to come to Sicily, and it will be very difficult to, of course, if you want the best, I mean, if you want the best tourist guide like Eleonora, if you want the best English-speaking drivers, if you want the best accommodation, you have to think in advance, because you risk to have nothing, just the worst thing, the worst solution. So
sarà un matrimonio in realtà. 2 anni prima,
just like a wedding. So think about your next trip to Sicily just like your wedding.
It's a big island, but it's fixed for 6 million people, so we can't fix everybody here. Otherwise, the island would.
Yeah, because it's very simple. So I give you some numbers. 8 million people visit Sicily each year. So we have people who were not able to visit Sicily in early 2020. In early 2021, we don't know yet, but perhaps we will be able to host people from March. And so there will be a lot of people who lost the opportunity to visit Sicily in 2020. So they will add to the other people who will plan to visit Sicily. So think about this trip in advance, because you risk to have nothing in your hands. So I'm not joking, guys. I don't want to do any terrorism, but it can be a mess. 2021 can be a very, very excellent year for the Sicilian tourism.
Magari addio.
Come si dice, Eleonora? Bel tempo e maltempo, un po' fare presente, come si dice?
No, I was reading the comments, and now we have Nick, your brother wants to buy a house in Sicily, and your mother, Sandy, she's sharing the memories of your last trip here, and Rosanna Tilotta writes us from Pennsylvania. So many beautiful people here. Amazing.
Yeah. This is the beautiful community of Sicily lovers. This is not a simple community. This is a beautiful community.
Quando vieni di cani, muccati.
Ma tu dalle cani tutti affari centrali, a ciccare casa e matrimoni una centinaia, vuol dire?
L'arancino, noi ci insegniamo a farlo l'altra volta, Federica, noi ci fecimo un corso di cucina siciliana. Last October 24 and 25, we taught how to make arancini. So it's and now also Gianca is able to make arancini.
Also Gianca.
Because I made the video making, the editing of the video tutorials, so now I'm good to make arancini too.
And now we are ready for the next appointment of the virtual cooking class. We are going to prepare brucioloni. In Sicilian we say brucioloni and cuccidati.
So 2 special dishes for the Christmas time.
Yes.
In Sicily we used to make cuccidati.
Non andare a Natale, che magari ruminica chista, ruminica prossima si può fare.
But actually, every time is the right time to enjoy cuccidati and brociolone. You don't have to wait for Christmas. Federica is saying that you don't have to wait for Christmas.
Actually, every day is Christmas.
Following the tradition, our ancestors made cuccidati. Cuccidati is the Sicilian name of buccellati, and brociolone or brucioloni. Our ancestors made those those dishes in Christmas time, but
of course you can enjoy all year round.
All year round. And they are masterpiece. Come sono, Eleonora, Federica, come sono i cucciddati?
You
like?
The Marrigrio.
So follow the cooking classes and sign up the petition.
We've had 30 people sign the petition since we've been on.
Oh, wow.
Bravi, così vi voglio.
Thank you, Sheri.
It's wonderful.
This is amazing. You guys have brought a lot of attention to the very important mission we're on, and it's been Eleonora's dream, and I can see the vision, and I'm ready for this to happen. This is just so amazing. I can't wait to, let the people in Omaha know just how important this mission is, and I think they'll be just as excited. There's so many people on board with this idea of bringing our sister cities closer together, like officiating it. Oh, did we lose our people?
They left?
I don't know.
Coming back. So let's do the dances.
Yeah.
What happened to the John Carosella? Please come back.
Here we You never walk alone, guys.
I've seen that before. So I know what we were doing.
But we had some issues because of the flood, because of the rain. So our internet connection is not very stable, can you say? It's not so strong. But before it falls down again, please remember the aim, the purpose of this beautiful live broadcast with Sheri and Carmelita. So they represent a beautiful project, an association born to make a dream come true. The dream is to give a twinning, a sistership between Carlentini in Sicily and Omaha in Nebraska, United States. They have the same heritage. 2 cities, 2 towns with beautiful Sicilian people. A lot of Sicilian people from Carlentini went to Omaha. So there is a long, long story during the last century. And now Sheri, Carmelita, with the help of Eleonora and Federica, are trying to formalize the twinning, the sistership, right, Eleonora?
Yeah.
And so you
Correct. My sister
Carlentini is there. Omaha is there.
Yeah, there is Omaha.
No matter if there is an ocean between. No ocean between Omaha and Carlentini. There is a great connection. And so, guys, if you are watching us, please support this project. Please sign up. Rosella put a link to the petition. You can help this project. You can help this dream come true. You can sign up, right, Rosella?
Yes.
Can you show again the link?
Yes, I'm going to do.
So, this is not a suggestion. This is not a tip. You have to sign up right now to help Eleonora, Sheri, and Carmelita, because this is not something that is related only to Carlentini and Omaha. It's related to all Sicilian people around the world. They are making something beautiful, and you can help them. You can help us, because we are also involved.
Other places and other cities to do the same, giving the example.
Yes.
So, if you have a Sicilian origin, in particular, if you have an origin in Carlentini and you are in Omaha now, or you live in other towns, in other cities in the United States, please sign up. and make Sheri, Carmelita, and Eleonora and Federica so happy. They deserve your help.
Yes.
Stanka, I'm sending in private chat. I want that you show Eleonora's mail address. In this way, if there are someone who are listening to us, they could send the story
Sure.
about
yes, please,
their origins. Here there is Eleonora's mail address, eleformi@hotmail.it.
So this is our aim. This is our purpose. We want you to share your beautiful stories. If you have a Sicilian heritage, please send Eleonora your story, and we will be very, very happy. Also pictures, also photos, everything you have. Your memories, I don't know, Sicilian recipes.
In particular, if they come from Lentini or Carlentini and they are looking for ancestors, we will help them, obviously, according to what I can, going to the cemetery or asking to some register, and we will work to try to find those relatives still alive.
And it will be the chance to for your trip back to the homeland of your ancestors. So if you want a special tourist guide such as Eleonora, or if you want us to be involved in the planning of your tour, please send your request, and we will do our best to help you. Eleonora also is involved in the ancestry search. So if you have some clues about your heritage, share your clues, share all your informations, and we will help you to find something. Perhaps your distant relatives here in Sicily.
Yeah, your long lost relatives.
Ok. A che ora siamo giunti?
In Sicily is midnight. Yes.
15 minutes past midnight.
Oh my
goodness.
Going so fast, doesn't it?
Cenerentola Cinderella is ready to get home. And we really appreciate this time.
Yes.
We are so happy and so impassioned to meet you in person, Sheri and Carmelita. You are a beautiful person, and I look forward to hear your voice, Carmelita, in person.
Don't worry.
22nd of August.
Because I've been watching all your videos on YouTube. But of course this is not the same. So I look forward to hearing you in person.
Well, I can't wait so that I can be there with all of you, and then too, to have you to be part of the show when we're all on.
Sure, we will be there. Of course, we will be with you during the entire trip, and in particular, I look forward to see the celebration of Santa Lucia. I didn't see in my life. I think it will be a huge celebration for the 400th anniversary. So not just a simple celebration. We are talking about a huge appointment. So everybody's invited, guys. Come to Sicily and let's go to Carlentini all together. August 2021.
You can't wait.
I need to tell Bruno, Monaco.
Ciao Bruno.
Hi.
And my cousin
Laura.
up in Milwaukee. Hello, ciao.
Ciao.
Allora, salutiamo salutiamo al nostro modo.
Diamine i pupi.
Sorry.
Salutiamo come facciamo solitamente noi, Rosella, come fa solitamente Rosella. So, as Rosella usually do, I don't say nothing because it's Rosella time now.
Okay.
Rosella, are you ready?
Yes, of course. So, love, hugs, and kisses from Sicily.
Kisses from Sicily.
Thanks for watching. Thank you, Sheri. Thanks, Carmelita, Eleonora, and Federica.
We love you.
And see you the next one. See you the next one. And don't forget, we will upload this live broadcast on our YouTube channel in a few hours. So you can see, you can watch the entire episode on YouTube too.
Fantastic.
Episode number 10. Ciao.
Yeah. Ciao. Ciao. Mwah.
Ciao.